Hey Braden, today I'm going to read from Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. And this is Jesus talking to some of his followers. And he says, here's another way to put it. You're here to be light, bringing out the God colors in the world. God is not a secret to be kept. We're going public with this, as public as a city on a hill. If I make you light bearers, you don't think I'm going to hide you under a bucket, do you? I'm putting you on a light stand. Now that I've put you there on a hilltop, on a light stand, shine. Keep open house. Be generous with your lives. By opening up to others, you'll prompt people to open up with God, this generous Father in heaven. So Jesus tells us right there that God expects us to shine. He expects us to love one another. He expects us to be generous. He expects us to be different. We have the Holy Spirit living inside of us, the Holy Spirit of God inside of us. And if we're not different because of that, then something is very wrong. We should be different. And that doesn't mean that we have to be weird or odd. It doesn't mean that we have to make people uncomfortable. And it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to be uncomfortable when we shine and tell people about God and let God's love shine through us. It should just be something we do. Because we love God and because He lives in us and because we want to be more like Him, we do kind things. We treat one another with love. We don't use hurtful words. And also when we share with people about God, it doesn't mean that, like I said, that they have to be uncomfortable or we have to be uncomfortable. We can just talk about it. You talk about things that you like all the time. You talk about comic books and I forgot the name of the show you watch now. Digimon. You're waiting for your Digimon book to come because you want to learn about it. You love to talk about it. Well, you don't feel weird talking about those things because it's just something that you like to do. Well, that's the way it can be also with our faith. If our faith and our relationship with God is just something that we do, something that we love, something that is important to us, then we can talk to our friends about it. We don't have to feel strange or weird about it, and neither do they. It's just a conversation. It's just talking about things that you like. There's a story of a man named St. Augustine. He lived in the year 350. So like how many ever years ago that was? Over 1,500 years ago. And he was not a Christian, but he had a Christian friend. And his Christian friend walked into a restaurant one day and he saw Augustine sitting at the table, and he saw that Augustine had some letters from Paul, which he had part of the scriptures with him. And Augustine's friend said, "Oh, you're reading." He basically said, "You're reading the Bible." He said, "Here's a neat story about the Bible." And then he goes and he tells him a story about something really cool that God did using the Bible, using scriptures. It was just a story. It was just a conversation between two friends. And when his friend left, he said, "Keep reading the Bible. I'm glad you're doing that." And that was it. No one was uncomfortable. No one felt strange. It was just two friends talking. Well, because of that conversation, that very day, Augustine became a Christian. And Augustine is one of the most important Christians that ever lived because he really studied the Bible and he taught people. Once he became a Christian, he studied and studied and studied. He was very intelligent. And he came up with some things and pointed out some things in the Bible that no one had ever seen before. And they became very important for Christians, things that we even still study today. And that all came about because a friend was just talking to him about things that he enjoyed. So that's a good lesson for you today. Love you. Bye.